All right, so now that we have our window and our picture all good to go on our calculator, the next thing that we wanted to do is we wanted to find our x-intercepts. We wanted to find our zeros. All right, so you can see that there's a 0 over here and that there's an x-intercept, there's a 0 over there. Now, I'm not interested in this one, okay? I already know what that one is. That's going to be the 0.00, but we can actually find it, and I'll show you how we can do that in our calculator. All right, now, if we ever want to get anything that is in green, we're going to press this alpha button. If we want to get anything that's in blue, we got to press the second button. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get to this CALC, this calc option. So I'm going to press second, I'm going to press trace, and it's going to bring up this calculate option. Now you can see that it has a bunch of things. It has value, 0, minimum, maximum, intersect, and then these 2, 6, and 7, we won't use. We're really going to be using these first 4, okay? The first one that I want to work, though, is number 2. That's our 0. So you can either scroll down to option number 2, or you could just press number 2. Now what it's going to do is it's going to start to ask you, what is the left side of your first 0? So I'm thinking my first 0 intersects at about 0. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to type in -1 and press enter. Now you're going to see over here that there's actually a line. You're not going to be able to see it. Now the right side I'm going to put as a +1. Now you can see that this line got drawn up and there's this arrow pointing in that direction. Now what's happening is that there's an arrow pointing this way and an arrow pointing that way. That tells the calculator that somewhere in between these 2 arrows, there's an x-intercept. Now as far as guess, you don't have to, but if you want to, you can scroll over to where you think that 0 is, press enter, and there it is. My first 0 is at x equals 0 and y equals 0. I'm going to do the same thing for this next one, right? So I'm going to go ahead and press second, press trace to get to my calculate option. I'm going to go to option 2, which is our zeros, or x-intercepts. Now my x-intercept is over here, so I'm thinking it's in between. That's a +1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like it's in between 5 and 6. So the left side, or the smaller side, is 5. I'll press enter. The bigger side is 6. I'll press enter. And now you can see that in between these 2 arrows, there has to be a 0. There has to be an x-intercept. So I can go ahead and scroll over once again. Where's my cursor? I gotta find it. There it is. All right. If you want to move your cursor, you got to move left or right. You can't move up or down. So I was moving to my left or my right. I think it's right about there. I'll press enter, and there's my 0, my other one, 5.31. So that's how you find zeros on your calculator. You got to choose a left side and a right side, values that your 0 is in between. So I said it was in between 5 and 6, and obviously it is. And then you can go ahead and press enter, and your calculator will find that 0 for you.